Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. Our lecture today is titled Barrier to Entrepreneurial Practice. Barrier to Entrepreneurial Practice. Now, there are different barriers that actually affect entrepreneurial practice and globally. Okay, now, and this barrier can be classified, okay, as follows. Number one, lack of supportive governmental regulations. Now, this serves as as a barrier to entrepreneurship. A number of African nations lack rule of law. They have poorly defined property laws, enforce regulations inconsistently, and of course, allow widespread corruption and bribing. What measures can be taken to overcome this hurdle? The administrative barrier is not easy to overcome. However, consulting the industry chambers and associations will help. Cooperatives and advocacy groups can fight against such predatory behavior. Now, entrepreneurs should be vocal about favorable policing and regulations. That's number one. Okay, number two is shortage of funds and resources. Money to start up an enterprise is another leading barrier to entrepreneurship. Without funds, any person, nobody can begin to organize, train, develop, and sell products. How can one overcome financial barriers? It is very important that you do not see money as a fundamental element to make or break your business. It is true that money is important, but if you put it in front of your projects, they will never take off, and you will end up putting aside other key elements. If you start a business online, you will be reaping the benefits of internet, and investment costs and the investment costs are low. Okay, now another number three is employee related difficulties. Entrepreneurs must find and select the best qualified employees who are motivated and willing to grow with the venture. Then they must ensure that employees do not leave. Practically, this task becomes a barrier when employees expectations increases. Governmental regulations, the regulations related to labor employment is hardened, and employee costs grow. Employee costs is more than pay. It includes healthcare, workers compensation, social security tax, and health, as well as safety regulations. What is the way forward? The finances of your business should be audited consistently and thoroughly. Also, scaling down operations and overhead costs so that you will sustain profits and payments. You have to ensure that your business is authorized to function, and it must have all the permits, and you must pay all taxes and compensations. Okay, now the next one is service market entry regulation. Taxation, environmental regulations, lending requirements, government rules, and licensing are all barriers to entrepreneurship. Most countries license market entry and the creation of new firm, creation of new firms to protect employees in certain industries and professions. Entry procedures, okay, entry procedures vary, vary such that entrepreneurs need 1 day, to register an enterprise in one country and up to half a year in another. How do you deal with this red tape scenario? Honestly, you have to wait and pull through. Okay, the next one is lack of entrepreneurship opportunities. Now, business creation needs existing marketplace opportunities with possibilities known to the entrepreneur and favorable odds for success for entrepreneurial spirit to succeed. How do you start? Try to figure out new and hidden opportunities. A market opportunity for entrepreneurs should always be unique, a gap, and should be serviced, with ideal quality in form of products or services. Learn and acquire or pull yourself until you have the entrepreneurial capacity. Entrepreneurial capacity is the existence of entrepreneurial qualities, willingness, and motivation to initiate new ventures. The next one is perception of society. Perception of society. Now, entrepreneurs must develop skills related, to leadership, teamwork, negotiation, and communication. There are things you learn in school, yet many of these skills must be acquired by taking risks and throwing caution to the wind, venturing into the unknown. How to overcome educational hurdles is important. It is important to begin to identify skills you need to run your company. Many of the qualities of an entrepreneur can only be learned through experience. Start your project and start learning along the way. The next one is lack of adequate entrepreneurial training. Training and education can be a biggest, advantage for new ventures. This includes training in technical skills, managerial skills, entrepreneurial skills, and entrepreneurship. In Africa, are they adequate? Surely they are not. Join cooperatives, learn from other players in your industry, and acquire free knowledge through banks and non-governmental organizations. The next one is lack of industry experience. Rushing into new markets because it looks attractive and rewarding without having, some experience and background in it can be fatal. The art of leadership is learning first and doing before leading. Experience is a related business, in a related business before startup is positively associated to success. You can work freely for big businesses that are into your chosen industries through that. You acquire knowledge and experience, knowledge and experience. There is no harm in learning so that you follow your passion, and succeed. The next one is disgust for risk. Disgust for risk. A psychological barrier closely related to the fear of failure is aversion to risk. Entrepreneurs must take initiative, create structure with socio-economic mechanism, and accept risk, of failure. So what should you do? Entrepreneurs have to be risk takers, while those who are risk averse will seek the security if existing, if an existing establishment. Now, entrepreneurs have to decide whether to take action, so they don't miss the boat. Just be aggressive as a business person and take the risk. Big risk means big chances of making it. Okay, so those are just the major things. Thank you very much.